Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, we're going to take a look at what I do to start my trading in the morning. Um, I'm over on the West Coast, and markets for me open at 6:30. So I'll usually start around 6, and I'll come and I'll do this pretty much every day. I'll look at the same type of stocks. I don't really use scanners or anything like that. I trade the same basket of stocks. So I'll go and I'll scan. I'll do this setup and I'll scan pre-market to see what the charts are showing me to see if there's anything I like, and that will determine, um, what trades I'm going to take for that day. Forgive me if you hear a cough throughout the video. I just got over. I had COVID, so I still have that lovely COVID cough lingering around. I'll try and mute myself when I cough. So if you hear the mic turn on and off, that's what's happening. But as I stated, I look typically at the most stocks, the same type of stocks in my basket. Some of the ones that I look at are SPY, Triple Qs, Facebook, AMD, Neo, Microsoft, Lucid, Apple. Most of those type of stocks kind of trade the same type of directions. So I just it's a little easier for me to follow on trading. So excuse me. So the first thing I do is when I look at, I'll come in, start my day around 6 o'clock in the morning. Again, I'm on the West Coast, so markets open for me at 6:30. So 30 minutes before markets open are plenty of time for me to scan. I usually don't take a trade within the first 5 minutes anyways. I like just to see what the market's doing for that day, especially right at open. So what I'll come in, I have SPY up on the screen. This is one of the stocks I trade often. I'll start at the 4 hour and I'll sit here and I'll take a look at what the indicators and what my charts are showing me. So a couple of days ago, you can see we have an EMA crossed to the downside. So right there, that's telling me that more likely today, I'm not going to be playing calls for SPY. If I do, it will be a bounce play. So if it hits, support and a retest of like one of the EMA lines, I might play that bounce play, quick in and out of a call. But I'm not going to be holding the call throughout the day, just based off of what's showing. So we have MACD crossing below already. The same time we have the EMAs crossing. The day before, we have the Stokes that already crossed into the overbought area. And then we also have the TTM squeeze. Taking a look at the TTM squeeze, we have the downward momentum, which is the red bars that you see. And they're gaining size, indicating that the momentum is getting a little stronger. I apologize, guys. So that is a couple of things I go and take a look at. Once I go and find my setups and my trades on the 4 hour, I'll move to the 1 hour to see what that's showing me. Showing me the same type of things. We have some nice spacing between the EMA lines. There's nothing in here showing me that there's going to be a reversal where I'm going to do a long position for a long time. Halfway through the day, we have a little retest happening right here. So we have the stock broke away from the 9 EMA. It has to retest that. The 9 usually stays pretty close to the candles. So anyway, anytime you have a breakaway of the 9 EMA, you can play that bounce play back up to the retest, which is actually what I ended up doing today. Made a quick 10%, got in, got out. I think I was in the trade for, maybe 10 minutes, if that. So that's one of the things that I look for to the bounce plays. Otherwise, we have pre-market. We have a huge wick to the top side. Buyers try to step in, just couldn't take control. We also have the wick going through the 9, the 21, which is the red line, and then the 55, which is the green line. It kind of broke all of those, but there's no body of the candle. So the momentum for the buying side is not very strong. Right at open, we have the 9 EMA. Excuse me, I apologize. We have the candle opening right at the 9 EMA. Nothing really showing me here that it's breaking to retest the 21 EMA. So, and this is the first hour throughout the day. As you can see, it's a huge candle um, on the bearish side. So definitely not going to be playing calls right at the open. Once I go ahead and I find whatever I'm looking for on the 1 hour, I'll then move to the 30-minute. We'll look at the same things. Look to see if there's any patterns, any doji or reversal candles that I can try and pick off. This type of market, especially how the markets have been, I'm usually in and out of trades pretty quick. I do more scalping than anything. I don't like to hold my trades long just because of the markets have been kind of choppy lately. So once I identify what I'm looking at in the 30-minute, I'll trade off of the 5-minute. For the most part, sometimes I'll go down to the 1 minute if I want to get in and out pretty quickly. But this is one of the trades that I took a little bit earlier today. As we can see, we have the 9 EMA crossing the 21 to the uptrend. We had the TTM squeeze going from the downward momentum crossing back up to a bullish momentum, which are these light blue lines. We have the MACD crossing as well. And then we have the Stokes crossing right here. So those are the indicators that I'm looking at. Stokes happening first, then the MACD, and then the TTM. That's what I'm looking at as far as getting into my trades. And then my profit targets, especially within the market conditions, the way they have been the last month or so, are 10 to 20%. And I'm usually out at that point. I don't really hold too often until, 80, 100%, unless the setup back on the 4 hour or the 1 hour is so clear that I know what's going on. Apologies. Then I'll hold the trade a little bit longer and I'll try and shoot for a higher percentage. But for the most part, especially with having a smaller account, 10 to 20%, once I hit that, I'm out of my trade. I lock in my profits and then I move on. So you could have entered right here. We have a little doji. We have a gravestone doji. Right up over here, bouncing right off of the 9 and the 21 crossing, which is a good reversal candle. It shows me that we have a little pop up. All of these lines are the 1 hour support and resistance lines. So these are the levels that I'm playing. So we have that also bouncing off of one of the, I think this is a 4 hour support right here. So my entry would be that candle right at around 10:55. And then I'll ride that to my next support level. So that is 456, about 450 or 456.68-ish area. And then I'll ride that to 457, about 60. It's $1 move. SPY, QQQ, a lot of these tickers that I play, you don't need, much more than $1. Obviously, the bigger the move, the more money you make. But I apologize. I'm typically capturing, 50, 60 cent moves, quick in and out, close it, and then that's it. So I would have entered right around 10:55, which is this right here. Play that to the next resistance level, which is right around this level right here. And that's when I would have exited my trade. So other than that, that's essentially the setup that I do and what I'm looking for in the trades. Sometimes if you want to go down to the 1 minute, you can play it a little bit quicker. You could also see right around that same time, the 10:55 time frame right here. We have the EMAs crossing, and then we have a nice play up to the 200 EMA, which would give you a little bit more of a move, but overall the same type of setup. So hopefully that helps. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, please feel free to comment below. Feel free to like this video. Please actually subscribe. I'll be posting videos and doing more videos, kind of insights on how I trade. Hopefully it helps you guys out as well. So any type of feedback is greatly appreciated. Other than that, give this video a like and have a great rest of your day.